Hello everyone and welcome back guys to episode 31 of the Unnamed Motorsport podcast. Yesterday we're here back after a weekend without Formula 1. How weird was that to try and get through? I must admit, Jamie, it's odd the fact that it's odd that there's not a Formula 1 race on a weekend.
Back in the days when it was like 16 or 17 races in a season and 1 in 3 weekends had F1.
Yeah.
And it feels like since the summer break at least we've had it's very odd to not have a race.
Yeah, even the start of the year.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. We're back this weekend. It is race week once more now at the time of recording this. But have you been up to anything exciting then? It's since the last podcast?
Not massively. My car got its tyre slashed, which is fun. Other than that, yeah, don't park in dodgy streets in Manchester, everyone.
Exactly. Well, just don't go to Manchester, to be honest.
Yeah.
Don't get that down here in the south, unless you go to London, which doesn't count as the south, but still.
Yeah.
But yeah, of course, last time round we reviewed the Qatar Grand Prix from Loadcell. This weekend we head to Saudi Arabia. More logistically sensibly, this should have been the triple header to finish off the year. We probably should have been doing Qatar this weekend just gone. But yeah, the less said about that, the better. But heading though to Saudi Arabia, it looks like the track is pretty much ready to go now. I've had a few more updates from my reliable source on the ground, Mohammed. A massive thank you once again to him who's been keeping me posted over the last couple of weeks. I don't know if you've seen on F1 Twitter today though, Jamie. A lot of people want the race to be cancelled because they believe the track's too dangerous.
Right.
Have you seen this?
I have not seen that. It doesn't surprise me though. It's just like when Twitter decides to cancel something, they'll go to any lengths to try and cancel it, so it doesn't surprise me at all.
Like, I'm sorry. As much as we don't like Herman Tilke's Formula 1 track designs, they're not massively dangerous a lot of the time, are they?
They're usually almost like, compared to old tracks, way too safe. If you compare Belgium, for instance, to any of the other tracks that have been made.
Yeah, and I think we've probably got to be careful where we go with this in case something does happen this weekend. But I mean, it's lined with safer barriers throughout a lot of it, which are designed for NASCAR, obviously, to go around at 200 miles an hour everywhere. So I don't get where this idea is that they seem to believe the FIA will have made a track that is deliberately unsafe.
Yeah,
all for money.
It's very, very stupid.
It's a worrying
you,
thing.
So.
Yeah, it's a dangerous slippery slope to go on F1 Twitter. If you're not on F1 Twitter, congratulations,
stay away.
You might still have some sanity. Yeah, it's apparently Facebook, F1 Facebook is even worse.
But I'm not involved in that, so
I think over the winter break we're gonna be doing some compilations, going through some Facebook and
opinions.
Reddit and some interesting opinions from the world of Formula 1. But unfortunately, though, this weekend we were given some sad news as well. We start this one on a solemn note. I think Frank Williams, at age 79, unfortunately passed away on Sunday. Now, a legendary team owner in the world of Formula 1, and obviously the second most Constructors' Championships only behind Ferrari, more than the likes of McLaren, more than Mercedes. Williams, I think, let's be fair, at the end of the late 90s, there were genuine talks that they would become the most dominant Formula 1 team of all time.
Like, that spell between like mid-80s to late 90s was unbelievable, and that was basically all founded on Frank Williams. So, like, fair play to him. He had a great career.
He certainly did. Interesting Williams fact, Jamie. Don't know if you knew this one. No driver ever won 2 championships with him.
That is actually really interesting.
They had 7 different world champions throughout the 80s and 90s. No one ever won the double.
Yeah.
No one ever won 2 with them, sorry.
That is quite surprising. It doesn't seem like any time soon there'll be another one. So
no, unfortunately you never know. You never know. I'd love to see him try and get back on top. Yeah, I think it was just rather nice though. I can't remember who I saw tweeted out, but someone tweeted out the picture of George Russell at Belgium going sort of. He got to see him with one last high, didn't he?
I guess,
I think was really special.
Incredible.
Yeah, not obviously the way I'm sure he would have wanted to get a P2 in the last podium of his career, but still, that's the way Formula 1 goes sometimes. But yeah, I mean, Frank Williams, even outside of just the team, he led an incredible life, didn't he?
Yeah, and he was always
everything
living his best life, basically, to mind the cliche. But completely lived life to the full. So fair play.
Yes, yeah, never gave up. But yeah, so what's that? 7 drivers' championships, 9 constructors' championships, 113 wins, over 300 podiums as well. Frank Williams, I think, Williams, I think for a lot of people, isn't it, a more newer and younger fans don't realise just how important Williams are to current day Formula 1.
Oh yeah, like people are amazed when you tell them Williams is to win races if they've got into F1 recently. So yeah, they've been such a massive force throughout the whole history of the sport, especially those like late 80s and 90s. So
yeah. And I think the car for me that probably summed it up the best was the FW14B. I think on raw pace alone, it was the most dominant Formula 1 car of all time.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly.
I think you talked about.
Yeah. I think I read, was it Mansell wrapped up the championship, 6 races to go? Was it something ridiculous like that?
16, 17
15 race season, yeah. I can't remember which article it was I read, but I think it was something ridiculous, like 2% quicker than anything else, which is now like the gap between pretty much the entire field in Formula 1 with the exception of Haas in 2021. And yeah, that thing was absolutely wild. It'll always be, for me, the footage of it trying to, I think it was drain coolant out of the suspension or drain liquid and like dirt and stuff. And the fact, obviously, you could just do it by itself with the active suspension.
Yeah.
You could just shake like stones and sand.
Innovative feature, but also highly illegal. But we ignore that.
It wasn't highly illegal at the time.
I guess, it's just a loophole, isn't it? So
1992, no, that was why it got banned, because it was just so ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Frank Williams, rest in peace, I'm sure. I'll take my hat off to him for a brief moment there, and you can see my horrendous bedhead as well. But yeah, I mean, let's dive into the proper. I've made a hash of this. Let's be fair. Let's dive in though to sort of what we're here though today. 2022. Like we confirmed a couple of weeks ago, we actually confirmed it before it happened, Jamie. Can we add?
in the know.
The final piece of the 2022 driver puzzle. Guan Yu Zhou confirmed to Alfa Romeo. So we're going to be going through today and ranking all 10 of the 2022 driver lineups. Now, do we want to go from last to first, or do we want to go from first to last?
I reckon last to first.
Last to first seems a bit more fun, doesn't it?
Yeah. Hopefully we don't just agree like we did with the constructors at the start of the year.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I'm doing better than you with the constructors.
You are.
I think I've got 6 out of the 10, and you're on 4 of the 10.
Yeah.
Basically because we put Ferrari and McLaren the other way around to each other, and Ferrari have somehow egged it late on in the year.
Ferrari have been decent, actually. I'm amazed, but yeah.
Well, the fact Kimi Raikkonen scored as many points in the last 3 Grand Prix as McLaren is woeful.
Yeah.
But anyway, in at number 10 then, Jamie, for our 2022 driver lineups. Now, just quickly to clarify, we're basing it not just on this year's driver performances, are we? We're trying to sort of encompass...
Yeah, trying to generally rate the drivers.
Yeah, a bit more than obviously just based on this year. Again, this isn't where we think they'll finish in the championship, although looking at it, mine doesn't look too far out. So my predictions for 2022. Yours looks really far off. That's rather interesting, I'll be honest with you. But yeah, so again, let us know your 10 down in the comments below. Let us know why we're both wrong. Like, I'm sure there will be people that do. In at number 10 then, Jamie, the worst driver lineup for 2022. You are going with, I can take a guess. It's Haas, of course it is.
Yeah. What's yours by interest? I'm guessing it's Haas as well.
I'm a sane man. I've gone with Haas.
Yeah. I think, like, they've not had much chance to perform this year, but, like, we can see that Schumacher's a rookie. He's not doing brilliantly. He keeps stuffing in the wall. Like, and Mazepin's then usually close to a second off him. So, between them, not much chance, really. Like, you do wonder as well how, if they'd have kept Grosjean and Magnussen, for instance, would they have been so awful? I think we chatted about that last week a bit. But, like, yeah, it's not been a great season. It's not been a great debut into Formula 1 for either of them. Schumacher's done solidly, but not spectacularly. So
yeah, and I think it's fair to say, to be honest, as much as we hate Nikita Mazepin, there is still the potential that a semi-okay Formula 1 racer could be there. Schumacher, I think, definitely is the stronger candidate in that team, but Mazepin has shown flashes this year. Obviously, Brazil, I think, was a good example of where he was gutted that he didn't out-qualify Schumacher. But, yeah,
Monaco
neither driver...
out-qualified Schumacher as well.
No, he didn't.
He
Did
did.
he? Oh, well, Schumacher binned it though, didn't he?
Oh yeah, probably.
That's
yeah.
why.
I forgot about
that's
that.
why out qualifying. Yeah, Mazepin has not gone quicker than anyone in any session this year. Not helped, obviously, by the fact that the Haas is a complete dog of a car.
Yeah.
But neither, I think, we can argue are ever going to be championship caliber, are we? Or at least unless they get a massive turnaround. In at number 9, then, Jamie, who have we gone with?
I've gone for Williams.
I have also gone with Williams.
Latifi and Albon.
Yeah.
Who I don't rate either that highly. So.
No. Did win the Formula 2 title of Dams, though, together, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, actually.
Yeah, so...
Very poor grid that year.
Yes, you're very true.
Yeah, I just don't think... Obviously, Albon got kicked out of Red Bull quicker than Gasly. No, less quickly than Gasly did. But
yeah, he made a season and a half.
He was
He
probably
lasted
worse.
3 times longer.
He was probably
No,
worse
he was
than
better
Gasly.
than the Red Bull than Gasly.
Marginally, and he got more luck. So obviously neither of them did that well, but yeah, Albon, I'm looking forward to see what he does, but I think he's very much like midfield caliber.
Yes,
Like,
yeah,
we've
and I
seen
think
that he can't hold a candle to Verstappen. So
yeah, but then there's only really one driver on the four drivers are going to claim that can
got Lewis,
hold it.
Charles, Lando. Who else?
George.
Oh, we don't know yet, but maybe.
Yeah, I think if you can put Lando in that group, you can put George in that group.
Probably.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, Williams, though, I mean, if you're going to try and create an F2 power team in Formula 1, you don't tend to look at dams, do you? No. As your sort of, as your logic. Latifi, I think he's proven himself as a semi-respectable midfield driver, but he's certainly, he's still there for the money.
It's
he's
like
a bit
Marcus
like Lance
Ericsson.
Stroll. Okay, he's a bit like Marcus Ericsson.
No one's that upset that he's around, but no one would also be that upset if he left.
He's a bit like Giovinazzi, isn't he? People all suddenly kick off when he gets dropped. Honestly, I don't get what people are suddenly seeing in Gio.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, two of the slower teams at the bottom of our list then. I think this is where we might start going down a slightly different route than Jamie. Who have you put at P8?
Oh, I'm going to get slated for this. I've put AlphaTauri in P8.
Have you now? That's very interesting.
I'm a big Gasly fan.
Right.
But I think the way Tsunoda's performed this year has been atrocious. So, yeah, I think he drags them down so far. And Gasly, as good as he is, I'm not blind to the fact that he's... you put him in the Mercedes, he'd probably doing what Bottas is doing. Maybe a little bit more. I don't think he's top, but I think he's very decent. And then obviously Tsunoda just drags it down a long way. So
I can completely appreciate that logic. To be fair, I don't. It seems weird that I'm hyping up Gasly more than
you're rating Gasly higher than me. I rate him. I love him, but he's I don't think he's going to win a championship one day, for instance.
Fair enough. I think I've said this before, haven't I? I can see Gasly having a bit of a JB style career.
Yeah.
Sort of it looks like on the brink of being over. A bit like you got with that win, wasn't it, for AlphaTauri? Of sort of on the brink of when you think his career might be done. Suddenly he comes back, and I can see him having that fairy tale run, a bit like JB did. But
in the Brawn.
That being said, Gasly puts himself in Alpine down the line or somewhere like that. They get a rule regs right.
You never know. Yeah, it's he's one of those drivers. I'm gonna get slated big time for saying this. Someone like JB or like Rosberg, who is very obviously Rosberg raised his game so much for that championship winning season, but up until that point he was just a decent driver.
Yeah,
someone
right
like
time
Hulkenberg
sort of
or Perez, I think, could do the same thing, or could have done the same thing.
Yeah.
They're decent enough to have a capable championship fight if they're in a car, but it's unlikely they ever get that car because they're not a top talent.
Yes, yeah, and I think again we sort of look at just how high caliber Lewis and Max are nowadays. You think they need a bit like the early 2009 Brawn, and then even then, really that year, the only threat they got consistently was Red Bull, and Red Bull probably bottled that championship.
Yeah, they did. Red Bull should have won that championship for sure.
Yes, yeah. I have gone because I think Tsunoda is a bit better than you believe as well. I think there is genuinely some talent there. I've gone with Alfa Romeo in P8.
Okay, it doesn't surprise me, but we
Guan
say
Yu
no
Zhou
to the Zhou slander. We don't like it.
We do. Guan Yu Zhou should theoretically be the worst driver on the F1 2022 grid.
I would disagree with that a big time.
Finished behind Mazepin in Formula 2.
Oh, come on. That 2020 season Did you see the luck? Or the
Was
lack of
that Mazepin's first season versus
No.
Guan Yu Zhou's second, or was it both second
It was
season?
both second season, and the season before Mazepin finished 18th.
Where did Guan Yu Zhou finish?
Like 7th. He was the best rookie.
Was he best rookie, was he?
Yeah, he won the Antonio Rivera award.
Fair enough. Oh yeah, because Schumi was a rookie the year before, wasn't
Yeah.
he?
No, Schumacher was rookie as well. Zhou was
Oh
best
yeah,
rookie.
Guan Yu Zhou spent a lot of time in Formula 2, hadn't he?
What, 3 years? Come on, it's not that
That's
long.
far too long! You can't say that, and then Oscar Piastri's going to win.
It's less time than
first
Gasly
season.
did, I think.
Hey?
I swear Gasly did like 4? Or is it at least part of
No.
4?
Surely he didn't do 4 full campaigns.
Oh no, he did 2.5. Never mind.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Guan Yu Zhou, I think, theoretically, on paper, is probably going to be the worst driver. Ready for
I can't
2022.
believe this.
Bottas is in the mud as well. I don't care what
So why are they
people
above
say
Williams
anymore.
for you? Out of curiosity.
Because it's Albon and Latifi.
I suppose, yeah.
It's just a team of, like, all personality, no talent, isn't it, really,
Yeah,
Williams?
that'll be quite entertaining. But
It's just going to be
Yeah.
Nutella and mates with George and Lando. It's
that's
just what it
Albon's
is.
whole personality, to be fair.
It's basically, yeah, just mates with the cool
Yeah.
kids. But yeah, anyway, right, on to piece 7 then, Jamie.
Okay, I have put Alfa Romeo here. I've not gone.
Right.
I've not gone
Interesting.
overboard on my Zhou hype, but.
Nope.
but
So you believe that Guan Yu Zhou is better than Tsunoda and Bottas is better than Gasly?
I think Bottas and Gasly are quite similar
Really?
in terms
I
of. If
cannot
you put,
believe you're slandering your man like this.
I mean, as much as we dislike Bottas, he's almost like matched Lewis Hamilton most of the time. In qualifying.
Most of the time?
Not most
yeah,
of the
but
time.
qualifying don't mean anything.
Yeah, but like he's
Race pace is
clearly,
awful.
I hope you can't hear my housemates outside. But I think Bottas gets more hate than he deserves. Maybe I'm saying this because it gives me a leg to stand on when he trounces Zhou next year.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're really trying to build up this Bottas is a good driver agenda, aren't
Yeah,
you?
but
You are honestly trying to suggest Valtteri Bottas, who is currently 140.5 points behind his teammate.
wow, that's a lot of points.
It is a lot of points, isn't it? That is 20 first to second places over the course
But
of the year.
how many points behind Max is Perez out of?
161.5, but
So-
new team, difficult car tax.
Oh, come on.
I'm going to argue that to the end of the day.
I think we'll see Bottas once he's out of Hamilton's shadow. He'll be decent enough.
Well, this is the thing, isn't it? Because I
Yeah.
do believe that could happen. I'm just not convinced it will happen at the end of the day with Valtteri.
Yeah, I mean, I hope for his sake it does, but it would also be quite funny if it doesn't. So
Yeah.
I like. I mean, I rate the team actually as a whole. Like, it's a pretty decent lineup. It's like traditional, one experience, one rookie. I rate Zhou higher
Really are. Oh.
I rate Zhou higher than Mazepin and Latifi and Schumacher. So there's that.
Really? You
Genuinely.
rate him higher than guys that beat him in a championship in equal cars?
The year before they didn't beat him in the championship legal cards. Like, it depends on what season you look at. And Zhou has stepped up massively this year, so we'll see. I will die
Has
on
he?
this hill.
He's getting slapped by a rookie. It's just everyone else
Yeah, but
that's good
Piastri's
as
different
God or had
gravy.
no
We
luck.
know this.
Yes, thank you, but I don't. I mean, I'm loving you trying to justify.
I've
that
only put him
you're-
7th. They're not like first. Come on.
Yeah, I know, but still, it's painful. 7th for me, though, is Aston Martin.
Okay.
Seb washed
Actually,
up, keeps
I
spinning.
should definitely swap these around. I've just noticed.
Stroll, that is money. Need I say any more? It's a team of Aston Martin now is a team of has-beens and never was. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably fair. 6th place, I just swapped around my next 2 teams because of what you said. I realised
Okay.
I'd got them wrong.
Right, okay.
6th place,
no.
I put Aston Martin.
Had you put them above Alpine?
I had, which thinking about it now would have meant saying that Vettel's better than Alonso, which isn't true. So
Or that Lance Stroll's better than Esteban Ocon?
I actually think that is closer to true.
Hey?
I don't think Stroll is awful. I don't rate Ocon at all.
Ocon's a Grand Prix winner, thank you very
Oh,
much.
come on. In the same way that, like who's a terrible Grand Prix winner? Don't say Gasly.
Daniel Ricciardo in 2021?
Yeah, sure. Like, his win was completely built on the fact that Bottas took out all the quick drivers and Latifi trained everyone in third. So, yeah, I don't rate Ocon, but I've put Aston sixth. I think him and Stroll are fairly similar, and Alonso beats Vettel in equal cars and in non-equal cars almost in 2012. So
it's true. It's true.
We like Alonso in this house.
Yes. Apparently, yeah, I don't know how that's happened. I really don't get how I've ended up somewhat liking Alonso at the moment. But so I'm guessing then P5 we both put Alpine?
Yes.
Yeah, again, Alonso still very, very good driver.
Wait, no, you're P6. What do you...
My P6, sorry, was AlphaTauri. I forgot to mention that. Yeah, so for me, Gasly and Tsunoda. Again, I think they both got a bit more potential than you like to believe. I think Gasly's better than Vettel.
Yeah.
Tsunoda isn't as... No, he's not as good as Stroll yet, but could be, I think, down the line. He's got a lot more room to grow. Both literally and metaphorically, I suppose, saying that.
He is only 21, to be fair. Might have another spurt in him.
Hopefully. That's implying he's had a spurt in him before now, to be honest. But, yeah, so P5 then, we've both put Alpine?
Yes. I think there's quite a clear divide between the top four and the rest, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, you can tell that those big four teams have nailed, apart from Ricciardo, they've nailed their lineups quite well.
You're just calling out Ricciardo. And this is the thing, to be honest, like, I'm looking at my... Right, we probably should talk about Alonso and Ocon.
Oh, yeah.
Both very good midfield drivers.
Alonso in a top team would still have it. I don't think quite as much as Verstappen or Hamilton have it, but he wouldn't be far off, I don't think.
He'd be sort of like on 260, 270 points, you reckon? Sort of there or thereabouts.
Yeah.
Like 70 to 100 off rather than 150.
Yeah, and I think Alonso is aging like fine wine, to put it in another way.
No, I think... Again, I must admit, I've got to hold my hands up and say Alonso has done better this year than I thought he would. But I mean, I can completely admit that now. And fair play, it doesn't happen often, Jamie, but I have been proven wrong this time. And Alonso has proven that. So, I'm going to guess then our P4's the same.
Judging by the amount of Daniel Ricciardo slander,
yes,
I imagine so. Yes.
Yes. And even, to be honest, looking at my top four, if Ricciardo was like peak Ricciardo again...
I still would probably have him in the same place.
Yeah, I'm not convinced I'd put him any higher.
Although peak Ricciardo was decent, he just came at a time that was really unfortunate.
Yeah.
Because like Red Bull would make
better than
best
Verstappen
car every year. I mean, better than Verstappen at the time. Peak Ricciardo's nowhere near peak Verstappen, because we haven't even seen peak Verstappen yet. So
have we not? Oh god,
no.
We might not have we? Oh, that's
He's 23, isn't he? Or something like that.
Yeah, but... Look at Wayne Rooney. Wait, did Wayne Rooney peak really young?
Michael Owen, there you go.
Michael Owen, okay. I think McLaren, again, have got a pretty perfect lineup for what they need at the moment, don't they?
I think they'd rather have Ricciardo being better than he is. But they clearly have a number one driver, which... And then when you're paying your number two about 10 times as much, it doesn't really make that much sense. But
yes, I'm sure that's going to change
both
next year.
capable drivers. Lando Norris has proven he's top talent this year, I think. So, fourth place seems fair for them compared to the other three above them. So
yes, Oh, I think this one might get controversial. It's P3, Jamie.
I've put Mercedes.
Okay, yep, this is going to get controversial.
You put Red Bull.
I've put Red Bull.
Right. I don't know. I think that the Hamilton we're seeing this season is not peak Hamilton. I feel like you'd admit that as well.
A couple of errors, but more recently he's been on it.
Yeah, like for two
second
races.
half of the year.
He wasn't great in Turkey or Sochi.
Turkey wasn't bad. Sochi
he
won.
put it in the wall twice in
he
qualifying.
won Sochi. How can you argue that?
Well, still, it was two mistakes he didn't need to make. He should have had pole. Like, he's made errors this year. Like, I'm not saying he's bad at all. I just think that compare him to 17 Hamilton.
He's made those errors because he's having to push to the limit.
Yeah, and obviously he's under a lot of pressure compared to when he was fighting Ferrari. But I obviously rate him, but as of right this instant, I would choose Verstappen if I was to pick a driver to race for my car for one race. Yeah. That's
weird, because I remember us talking last week and you reckon it's Hamilton's title.
I mean, that's just because I'm trying to be negative, and then when it happens, I'll be happier.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And then obviously Russell is completely unproven. He's raced Latifi and Kubica and beaten them handedly.
Beat Bottas in a race,
I mean,
Bottas is beating
he?
Perez overall.
Did
he was
Bottas
going
in a
to.
race?
He was
He's
going
out
to.
qualified by Bottas and out raced by Bottas, if I remember correctly.
He was going to beat Bottas.
Well, I was going to win the lottery, but it didn't happen. So.
Oh, don't start that if my grandma had wheels.
Yeah, I don't know. Russell, I think he's obviously got potential, but I don't think he'll be that much better than Bottas is straight away.
Right.
I mean, I hope he is. It'd be cool if he is, but yeah, I think he's such an unknown talent because he's never really had that much. Like, you can't really measure him against anything. Obviously, I think he's very good, but it'll be interesting to see how far he's grown. Because if you look at someone like Lando, you can easily see that he's got better each year in F1. Whereas Russell, you don't really know if he has, because he's not really, like, the car's obviously improved a lot, but we don't know how good he was at the start. So, I don't know. I've put him third.
Yeah, okay. I can appreciate your logic. I think it's wrong.
Yeah.
What you're looking at there is the best driver on the grid and someone that could theoretically match him. Then again, I say that I haven't put Mercedes at number 1.
Right. That's very surprising. Okay. So who's third for you? So Red Bull?
Red Bull for me, Pete.
That is ridiculous.
Verstappen's second best driver on the grid. Perez, midfield titan. Top runner, not particularly brilliant. And my sort of logic was Hamilton is slightly better than Verstappen still in my eyes. And
This is where we
Russell can be better than Perez.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from for sure. The one I don't know how you've ended up with Ferrari above Red Bull, to be perfectly honest.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay.
But we'll move on. Second place.
Right. Mercedes.
I've put Ferrari.
Okay. Oh, so you put Red Bull at the top?
Yeah, I have put Red Bull at the top. And what?
Oh my. Oh my.
So
Fair enough.
You put Mercedes in second.
Yep.
I mean, you've sort of gone over the reasons there. You think Hamilton's the best and Russell's got potential to be the best.
Yep. Oh, Russell's got the potential to match current Hamilton.
Yeah. Yeah. Which, yeah, I'll let you have your opinions.
Thank you. Say yeah once more and I'll believe you appreciate my opinion.
I put Ferrari behind Red Bull because obviously I think Verstappen's better than Leclerc at the minute.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
And Sainz and Perez, to me, are sort of the same driver, just at different time periods. Like Sainz in Toro Rosso was effectively what Perez was in Force India, but with a worse car. Just sort of always getting the best out of it, always like getting the odd podium. He never got a podium in Toro Rosso, but yeah, Sainz and Renault as well. Sorry, but like,
didn't Sainz only get his first podium at Brazil 2019?
Did.
Yeah,
but like, you know what I mean. They're both very high level midfield drivers. I think Sainz is very good, but he did get trounced by Nico Hülkenberg. So
I believe in terms of future potential, Ferrari have the most exciting lineup in Formula 1.
Sainz like 26.
That isn't that old.
It's not that old, but he's not going to get that much better.
Well, the thing is, like, I look at Charles Leclerc and think he is a driver that on paper could match anyone.
Yeah, he's incredibly quick.
And Carlos Sainz has come into a new team this year and matched Charles Leclerc.
I think that Leclerc has.
I think Sainz is highly underrated in the sport and very consistent.
He is clearly underrated, but I think that the fact they're level on points, or close to level on points, I think Leclerc's ahead again now. But Leclerc also lost 25 points in Monaco. So
shouldn't have stacked it.
Okay. I don't know. I feel like, for me, I would pick Verstappen and Perez over Leclerc and Sainz, but they're both very good lineups.
Fair enough.
So
again, I can appreciate your logic, but yeah, I was trying to look at the fact, obviously, Perez is sort of coming, not to the end of his career yet, because he's only, 32, 33.
Yeah, but he's in the second half, definitely.
Yeah, we're gonna see him probably go down more than up at this point.
Whereas Sainz can carry on performing like this for a while, yeah.
Sainz has got, I think, still a lot of room to grow. Charles Leclerc has definitely got a lot of room to grow, and arguably, could be one of the most exciting properties in Formula 1 down the line, alongside, obviously, Verstappen and George. So, I don't know. I just believe that Sainz and Leclerc could be two very, very good drivers.
Yeah. And they clearly are already. Like, arguably, McLaren over the course of the season has been the third fastest car.
Well, this is what I keep thinking.
Yeah.
Like, we look at, obviously, we spoke so much about McLaren this year. Ferrari kept consistently close to him in terms of points, pretty much all season long. And then as soon as McLaren seemed to have dropped the ball, Ferrari have just flown away in like two Grand Prix.
Sainz is on like a scoring run that started the race after France. So
yes, yeah. I think So you've put Red Bull at the top, though.
Yes, I have.
So to be fair, we've had quite a bit of changes there to each other.
Yeah.
So just run me back through your first attempt then, Jamie, quickly.
So Red Bull first.
Yep.
Ferrari, Mercedes, McLaren, Alpine, Aston Martin, Alfa Romeo, AlphaTauri, Williams, and Haas.
So what? We got 5 of the 10.
Yeah.
4 of the 10. 5 of the 10.
It's just 4, isn't
4
it?
of the 10.
9,
4
10,
of the 10, yeah.
4, 5.
9, 10, 4, 5, yeah. So I've obviously gone Ferrari, Mercedes, Red Bull, McLaren, Alpine, AlphaTauri, Aston Martin, Alfa Romeo, Williams, and of course Haas at the bottom of the running there. So that's rather interesting. That we clearly still... I mean, we tend to agree with each other a fair bit, but there's clearly still some discrepancies.
Bit of bias in there from you supporting the British
What do you mean
drivers?
bit of bias? You're trying to put Alfa Romeo up in like 4th place.
Yeah, we did that.
I'm sorry.
That was some Guan Yu Zhou merch on the wall at some point.
What worries me is, you're going to arrive to the next podcast with an Alfa Romeo tracksuit.
I actually will.
Oh, God. You're going to have Iceman on the back crossed out with China Yuan Man instead.
Guan
Man. Oh, dearie me. Dearie me. Right. Let's quickly go through then, Jamie, as well, just as a little side bit to looking towards 2022. Who is going to be your biggest positive and negative surprise? Who's going to be your biggest movers?
Ooh. I genuinely think that Aston Martin should take a real step forward next year.
Okay.
Because they sort of wrote off this year a bit early. I mean, I know a lot of teams did that, but like they've definitely fallen back throughout the season, which means that they've not been putting upgrades on anywhere near as fast as everyone else.
Yeah.
Their lineup is decent on paper. Obviously, if Vettel had a car that was quickest,
the 7th best lineup in my eyes, but okay.
Well, yeah, I've put them 6th best lineup. Yeah. But still, if they give Vettel a car that is to his liking, I think he still got it in him to do something.
And how many times has that happened in the hybrid era?
Once. 2015.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think, and obviously they've put loads of money into their Silverstone factory this year before the budget cap comes in. They should really take a real step. I think potentially they could be in the mix for the top 4 next year in the constructors. But it depends. Obviously, all of them are going to take a step forward. So yeah. What about you? Who's your biggest surprise?
Your biggest positive surprise is going to be Aston Martin.
Yeah.
You think you can rely on Sebastian Vettel and Lance Stroll to bring it
Stroll
home?
finished 6th last race.
Yay. My biggest positive surprise of 2022, I think, is going to be Ferrari.
You're one of these people who thinks they're going to win a title.
I think they're going to be within a good shout again.
It would be really cool.
I'm not a Ferrari fan, but I don't know. I've just got that sense.
Like, as much as we don't like Ferrari, they're definitely important for the sport, and it'll be really nice to see them back.
15 years is too long.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously, they've been in championship hunts, or 14 years technically, won't it? Because of the 2008 constructors.
Oh, yeah.
But 14 years, is far too long for a team like Ferrari not to win a championship. And then I say that, and they went 21 years. Really, it's actually surprising Ferrari have ended up in as many championship battles as they have, because they seem to throw a lot of them away. Because really, they've only had one dominant spell, and that was 5 years in the early 2000s. Apart from that, they've never really been that great.
6 years. They won the constructors in '99.
Yeah, I suppose.
But yeah, it would be really cool if Ferrari do actually come back and be decent. And they've obviously got
I think they're going to be there.
Yeah.
They're going to be there. Yeah, and exactly. They've got potentially the best lineup on the grid. Let's not forget that.
Yeah.
Carlos Sainz 2022 champion, the real El Master.
Oh, you
plan.
just know that if they had a car capable of winning, though, he'd absolutely become number 2 driver.
Oh yeah.
And he would hate it.
Yeah, and he'd leave, and he'd go. Where else could he go? Red Bull.
Science would find somewhere. He's too good to get dropped.
I reckon. Yeah,
Could
Red
see
Bull
him
would
at
have him for
Aston replacing
2023. Can you? I can't see him wanting to go to Aston.
If they're decent, like I'm predicting, you never know.
Yeah, but I don't think that's going to be the case.
Who's your biggest failure?
I was going to ask you the same thing now.
Well, you can go first. I've asked you first. So.
You are going to hate me here.
It's Red Bull, isn't it?
I think it's going to be Red Bull, to be honest.
I was almost going to agree with you.
I don't know what. Again, I don't know why. I've just got this feeling that Ferrari are going to take a big step forward. Red Bull are going to take a big step back.
I don't see Red Bull coming lower than 3rd, but I think that could be a possibility.
I could see them coming 4th if McLaren do well.
The
thing is, what I'm looking at is 2014. And again, I know I'm not trying to draw too many similarities.
The Red Bull came 2nd in the constructors.
Sorry, did they? 2014?
Yeah.
Sorry, 2015. And they came 4th, wasn't it?
They were 5th, I think. Or 4th.
They can't have been 5th.
Oh yeah, Force India were 5th.
Yeah, because Williams beat them, didn't they?
Yeah.
And that's sort of my thinking of McLaren could beat them, because because Williams had the 2nd fastest car on paper in 2014, didn't they? Rather than 2015,
no.
but Red Bull still edged them. Yeah.
No, Red
I'm pretty
Bull
certain
were
they
definitely
did.
faster.
No, I thought on paper Williams were meant to be faster. It's just you got to line up a Massa and Bottas.
I mean, Vettel beat both of them in the championship, and Vettel was trash that year.
Did he? Perhaps I'm thinking no, it can't have been 20.
I don't know. Whatever. It's old.
I'm pretty certain Williams did theoretically have the 2nd fastest car in 2014.
They had the only non-Mercedes pole, so there's that.
They did, and they scored the most points ever in a Grand Prix weekend.
They did.
With 66.
And Nico Hülkenberg has scored more points in a single race than Michael Schumacher ever did. So.
Has he?
Yeah. 6th place in Abu Dhabi, 16 points.
God, yeah, he has, hasn't he? I was going to say, what about Schumacher at Valencia? That's such a bad stat.
That's a great stat. We love that stat.
That's horrendous. Only you would know that. Oh, God, that's awful. That is awful. But yeah, I don't know what it is. I see Ferrari on the up. I see Red Bull going back down for a year or so. I mean, Adrian Newey will work his magic come 2023 if the car is horrendous. Yep. But yeah,
Max will be off to Mercedes.
Yeah, when Hamilton retires, and then the downfall of Red Bull, they'll go back to their 2006.
Losing to AlphaTauri all the time.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
I don't even know. I haven't thought of a biggest failure yet.
Have you not still?
No, actually, it wouldn't surprise me if McLaren dropped down a bit.
Would it?
Just because the trend has been not great, and they've still put loads of effort into this year.
Not more recently, they haven't.
I guess, yeah. I don't know. I think I actually AlphaTauri, because you feel like they just keep copying Red Bull.
AlphaTauri can't really be disappointing, can they?
No, that's the thing. The whole purpose is to bleed new Red Bull drivers.
The whole purpose of AlphaTauri, is put some hothead in there and be slower than Red Bull. It's the only team in Formula 1 that's designed not to win.
Yeah, if they win, it's not gone well for Red Bull. So, like...
So do you reckon that was the Red Bull briefing after the Italian Grand Prix last year? Christian Horner sits down and Marco goes, yeah, that didn't go well.
Well, Max got a DNF and Albon finished last, I think, that race. So yeah, it didn't. But yeah, they're sort of overperforming massively this year by being 5th and fighting McLaren. I mean, it's just Gasly, really, isn't it? But fighting McLaren and Ferrari more often than not.
Well, they're not really. They're fighting Alpine.
But like in individual on track, Gasly is always among the Ferraris and McLarens at the start.
Yeah, more often than not.
So I think he's had like 14 top 6 starts or something. What a guy! Yeah, I think if they they're obviously not a team that's going to make a race winning car, ever really, or consistently race
Again,
win. So like
it might not go well if they do.
yeah, like imagine they swap Verstappen to AlphaTauri. That would be so funny. But that would
do an hour of my drive.
Yeah, I think
Just
like
for
it could
pure
easily, if you see a lot of teams take a step forward, AlphaTauri are the sort of team that just end up like 8th in the championship.
Yeah,
which would be a big fall off from where they should be 5th if they had a capable second driver.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Right. Well, that covers that then. So neither of us have faith in Honda Power for 2022.
No, apparently not.
Apparently not. Saudi Arabia though this weekend, Jamie. We've spoke about it a little bit in the intro. It's looking like it's all set up, ready to go.
Yeah.
Are we expecting anything crazy? Do you remember your top 3 for this weekend? I think I can remember mine.
Did I optimistically say Verstappen?
I can't remember if you did or not. I feel like you did, yeah, for the sake of it.
I'm so nervous.
You're really panicking, are you?
Yeah, I absolutely am. Yeah. It's not a good time to be a Verstappen fan. So.
There's never a good time to be a Verstappen fan, really.
Oh, there will be come 2 weeks with the podcast. And they've ended up in a barrier at Turn 1 at Abu Dhabi.
Oh, yeah. It's just going to be... Oh, yeah. Don't
that
remind
podcast in 2
me.
weeks is going to be dreadful, whichever what happens.
There's going to be radio silence from one end.
Yeah. I think that I would rather be in Lewis Hamilton's shoes at this point. I think maybe I'm being too negative because I'm trying to... I don't want to be too confident and then lose a championship. But yeah, I don't know. I think Hamilton will probably win and it will come down to the last race. But you never know. A little Mexican torpedo into Turn 1 could end up Verstappen being the champion this time next week.
That's the worrying thing, isn't it? Verstappen could be world champion.
It's not that unreasonable. Hamilton has finished lower than 6th a couple of times this year.
When exactly?
Monaco.
That's Monaco, a street track. Yeah, but it's a pretty egg street track.
That's a street track.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Hamilton's screwed, isn't he? Yeah, he's not going to win this. It's over. It's over. Well, based on that logic, then Charles Leclerc's going to take pole.
Yeah. He's actually been good at street tracks this year, Charles, so you never know.
It's because Charles is an absolute madman when it comes to qualifying laps.
He's either pole or in a barrier or both. Sometimes.
Yeah, normally both.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think my top 3 for this weekend, wasn't it, was Lewis, Max, Leclerc.
Yeah, which doesn't seem unreasonable. So, yeah.
Are you changing your top 3?
I can't remember what I said.
I feel like you went Verstappen, Hamilton, Bottas. I feel like
I'm gonna say Verstappen, Bottas, Perez, Hamilton 7th. You win the championship.
You honestly believe Hamilton will finish 7th? You don't reckon if they're in that situation they won't just retire Bottas?
Oh yeah, but then I guess they would. That's true. But then if it's just to keep it alive, like actually no, if Hamilton's
throw away the constructors.
If Hamilton's 6th, it means that they've lost anyway. So he's got to finish top 5.
No, he needs 6th or better, doesn't he?
No, I think the meme that I saw anyway was Felipe Massa saying.
Yeah, no, I saw that meme, but
so it says 6th or lower.
The gap's 8, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is 6th with fastest lap for Max.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm pretty certain.
I don't know. I beg that this time next week I'm celebrating in my Red Bull shirt. But it won't happen. That'll happen in 2 weeks. So we're all good.
I love your optimism at the moment. The thing is, I'm trying to be quietly confident, but I'm still really not sure.
I think I would rather be a Mercedes fan at this point than a Red Bull fan for sure. Just because the rocket engine is so unfair. Like,
what do you mean it's so unfair?
How is that legal? He's got like 10 Ks on everyone.
He wasn't even fastest through the speed traps in Brazil.
Was he not?
No.
How was he driving past everyone so easy then?
Because he's Lewis Hamilton.
What? So he just gets extra speed on the straight. He presses his throttle further down.
Well, believe in your Verstappen thing then that he's been drugged.
Yeah. Yeah, he's had some weight loss treatment. He's going quicker. Not fair.
Bless her, my gran was asking about Jos Verstappen last week. Oh, no. Because they, somewhat keep up with Formula 1. And she went, bless her, it's quite surprising that sort of the son did better than the dad. And I went, yeah, but that's because he was violent towards him. And my gran, had no, as she would, bless her, had no idea about any of it. She was really surprised.
Yeah.
Which, it was just very,
very interesting. Is she now a Max
interesting.
fan out of sympathy?
No, she's not. No, bless her. She's Lewis through and through. It's where I got outrageous. It from, I'm going to claim.
We should probably end this.
I'm just going to say it's a bit predictable. It's a bit predictable. It's a bit difficult to predict too much for Jeddah, isn't it? But I think, like we said at the start, I think we just both want a good, clean race. You know, hopefully Twitter stands won't have anything to moan about Jeddah being on the calendar if something does happen. But I think we're in for an interesting weekend.
Yeah, I want a max title. I don't care if it's clean.
Weirdly enough, Jamie, I don't know if you've seen this. The race starts at 5:30 the hour.
Oh, I have seen that. It's very... Why?
Does anyone know why?
If someone can tell us why, that'd be amazing. But why... Like, it's even weirder than it being 10 past. Like, why is it a 5:30? It makes no sense.
Yeah. I was very confused by that. But at least because qualifying's at 5 o'clock in the evening on Saturday, I'll be able to get home and watch it.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Nice.
But
I can watch the first, 10 laps. And they've got to go.
Oh, you can't believe you're going to see Verstappen walk away with an 18-point deficit heading into the final race of the year.
I'm not doing the podcast next week.
Oh, God, the salt runs thick through your veins. But, yeah, anyway, I think that does us, though, for this week, Jamie. I'm not forgetting anything else, am I?
No, I don't think so. That's everything.
I don't think so, yeah. Hamilton, we're going to watch him do what Kimi did to him 15 years ago.
Watch his gearbox fail.
What, Verstappen's?
No. Hamilton. We're all sorted.
Nah.
They're going to switch it off and give the Dutch what they want.
I believe in the master plan.
What, Alonso title? 2022?
Yeah, did you see that graphic last week?
Yeah. It's been around for ages.
Everyone else gets no, not that one.
Oh,
Alonso can win the title and everyone else gets disqualified.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know. You never, ever know. But, yeah, thank you all so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, do make sure you leave a like and get yourself subscribed. I'd quickly like to say a massive thank you. We're closing in on 24,000 now. 25k might just be doable by the end of the year.
You could fill a stadium. That's crazy.
What, with 23,500? How many people can go in Barnet Stadium?
6,000. So
I could fill 4 Barnet Stadiums.
You could fill the Hive 4 times, yeah.
Wow. Now that is impressive. It's got 6,500, so 3.5 times over. No, 5,419 seated.
Yeah, but that's terraces. Is this so off topic? End the video.
End the video. What does my local have?
Why? Is this still in the video?
Right, yes. Oh no, so it's pretty much the same, yeah. So I could fill my local by... It's never been full.
Is this Forest Green?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, they're Tin Pot Club, that's why.
Aren't they like 2 divisions higher?
They're 1 division
I mean,
higher.
they're veggie merchants, yeah, I'm not going to deny that. But still.
I can't remember if you got promoted or not. Oh no, you're 1 division higher.
1 division higher, but
you are top of the league at the minute.
We're top of the league, boys. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you all next week when Hamilton heads to Abu Dhabi with an 18-point lead.